One of the most iconic buildings in San Francisco, which has hosted millions of visitors for more than a century, is home tonight to one of the world's newest sports and first of its kind competition. 16 of the state's fastest pilots face off in the California Drone Speed Challenge.
Ahmed Fareed here inside what might not look like, but it is, the Palace of Fine Arts for something I'm guessing that you have probably never seen before. What's behind me right here and in front of you is drag racing. Yes, drone drag racing. You see the course with the red lights there, the blue line will give you a detailed layout of the course in a bit. To your left is the pit. 16 of the very best California drone racers are tweaking their drones, getting them ready in anticipation of this event, which will award $10,000 in prize money thanks to the Aerial Sports League and also Xfinity. A lot on the line, history on the line to whomever can finish first.
Racers ranging from 11 to 45 years old, some flying for a living, some in grammar school, flying as a hobby, all trying to take home the title as fastest drone pilot in California. Colby Curtola and Elliot Irving are part of the growing drone sports community.
Drone racing, for someone who's never heard of it, seen it before, can you describe it to them?
So drone racing is basically racing a quadcopter with 4 motors, like you've probably seen before for aerial photography. But it's racing these smaller, more compact ones around a course really, really fast.
I would describe drone racing as the nerdiest adrenaline junkies on the planet. So we're just a bunch of geeks who love technology, but we also love the sport aspect of it, the racing, the adrenaline rush.
Mark Kornblatt, he co-founded the Aerial Sports League back in 2011. He has seen it transform from small groups of pilots hanging out to major global events with hundreds of thousands of spectators.
It started as just a couple of guys, but quickly turned into 200 or 300 people who would show up to watch these drone battles and increasingly participate. They'd bring their drones and show off what they're working on. And so that community was growing so large and the events were becoming so almost unwieldy that we realized we were no longer this sort of garage community, and we really were an organization. And we basically pivoted into a drone event production company.
What drew you to flying drones?
So at first I built a drone from looking at a magazine article. Discovered a group of people at a local park. They were racing these drones like we are right now. Got to try on a set of goggles and I was hooked.
Once I built my first drone and actually flew it, I was like, wow, this is really cool. I just built something and now I'm a bird, I can fly wherever I want.
We've seen this increase in popularity both in spectating on drone racing and participating in drone racing. Well, why do you think that's happened?
I think almost all of it comes down to the goggles. When you drone race, you're wearing video goggles and there's a camera on the drone. So the pilot is blacked out to the world except seeing what the drone sees. It's like they're sitting in the cockpit. And so when you black the world out and you have this out-of-body experience, you literally have what's called a flow state. Brain chemistry starts flooding that is the same as if you were on drugs. Serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, all of these chemicals are flooding your brain, and it's euphoric. And so normally an athlete would need to jump out of an airplane or go skiing or race a car to kind of get that out-of-body flow state experience. Drones are a relatively inexpensive way and a safe way to get that experience.
I am a competitive freestyle skier, and so I do flips and spins on jumps off on skis during the winter. That was probably one of the reasons why I started drone racing as well. You get the same feeling that you're flying through the air, you're doing inverts. It's just that same adrenaline rush.
I'll give you a sample person, say 25-year-old, studied engineering his whole life. Is that your ideal drone racer? Is that the guy that's going to excel most at this sport?
I think in the early days, a year or two ago, that was your typical demographic that you just described. But as the sports have grown in popularity, the demographics have really exploded as well. There's a really diverse group of pilots here today. We've got a kid as young as 11. There's a few women pilots here represented today, not as many as I would like, but increasingly we're seeing more and more female pilots. It used to be that they all kind of came from the world of tech, But now the pilots are coming from all these different worlds into the world of drone racing.
I don't know what your background is and maybe what your day job was in engineering at all. Is it in putting stuff together? Not at all.
Everyone asks me that
Yeah.
when they, a stranger walks up to me at the park. They're like, "Oh, so you went to school for engineering?" I'm like, "No, I went to school for history."
Watch the lights.
Tell me about this event, how it all came about.
Well, this is the first sanctioned drone drag race I think there's ever been, certainly the first one that we're aware of. All the pilots who were invited to be a part of this are building special drones just for the event, so they're super high powered, they're able to get through this course and still maintain these high speeds.
We've all built quads that are faster than what we're normally used to racing. And so I think it'll be a very interesting event.
We're kind of breaking new grounds here with the first ever drone drag race. So there's going to be some skill needed. You can't just build the fastest drone and come out and think you're going to win.
We're constantly trying to push the boundaries of what drone sports looks like. Most of the races are formed after a NASCAR or a Formula One style template.
Usually we race 6 at a time, and they're flying around the track 5 times, 5 laps. It's really hard to know who's in first. But there's gonna be no question today. It's gonna be really loud. There's gonna be a lot of destruction.
Contact!
It's gonna be crazy.
They make contact!
You have met the racers, now it's time to see them in action. When we come back, the field of 16 hits the track. Built back in the early 1900s as part of the Panama Pacific International Exposition, the Palace of Fine Arts has opened its doors to countless shows and exhibits. You name it, it has probably hosted it. Concerts, ballets, comedy shows, film screenings, and now drone racing. In the span of 2 days, the Aerial Sports League transformed one of the city's best-known landmarks into a high-speed racing track.
We've brought you right in the middle of the track. Let me give you the layout right here. So this is where they're gonna start. 2 drones starting on the launch pad. They'll elevate, come up, and then they'll race down here, go through the first racing gate, take a right and go through the second racing gate, then the long straightaway, the double racing gate. They'll go below first time through, then go all the way to the end, hit the vertical hairpin, and then go up top through the top racing gate, and that is where they'll finish screaming through just like that. All told, it's gonna take about 10 seconds. So in other words, about half the time it took me to explain the track.
That was the view from the track. Here's the bird's eye view, or rather a drone's eye view, of the quarter-mile course for the 2017 California Drone Speed Challenge. Each heat features 2 drones racing against one another at speeds of more than 100 miles per hour.
As you can see, this is the pit. This is where the drone racers come in and out. All 16 of them making their way in here, doing some repairs, doing some fixes. Actually, I don't know what they're doing. Let's go in and see what they're up to in here. Follow me. Okay, we'll see what everyone's up to here. How you doing, sir? Fixing up the drone. Is that what's going on right now?
Yep, we're just doing a little modification.
Okay.
I'll swap it out some parts.
Okay. Why are you swapping them out? Were they defective, or do you want to make a tweak?
Flying so fast right now, and these gates that we're going through are metal. So, I mean, if you're pushing it, you're gonna be hitting the metal, and parts explode. This stuff is carbon fiber and aluminum. So when we're going like 80 miles an hour through these gates and we hit that thing, it just shatters.
Making our way through here. Okay. See a sandwich right there. See a sandwich. Hello. Hello. How's it going? Are you a racer?
I am a team dad.
Team dad? All right.
My son, an 11-year-old racer.
The 11-year-old.
Where's he at?
Where? Yeah, you lost him. How did he get into it at 11 years old?
Well, I used to do the cinema drums, and he'll tell you the same story. He used to come out and fly with me, and I used to let him fly them as well at like 6 years old.
So it looks like we got some equipment, screwdrivers, some pliers. John just took out a couple drones right there. Oh, I like those too. If no one claims those, I'm taking those right there. Ham sandwich in case someone gets hungry. Another sandwich over here. Oh, look at this. Our 2 guys. Okay, so what are the tweaks you're making right now, Elliot?
Just replacing the battery, actually. So
Okay.
luckily nothing broke in the last crash.
So what do you think? What do you think so far? What do you think of the course? Well, you've run it a couple times now.
The course is really fun. It's a little hard to get used to. I mean, we're used to flying outdoors with a lot more space. and here you're all constrained. So it's definitely a different style of flying.
That's broken. What that
Yeah,
off?
it's just a broken motor off, so that one's done for the day. But this is my main racer. I was saving it for the main race, so I gotta throw it up right now.
What's the tweak right now? Just getting the lights to look right?
Yeah, just getting the lights to look good. What do you think? Rotating colors or strobe effect or single color?
Strobe effect sounds kind of cool.
All right, let's see what we can get here. Police lights? That might be fun.
You're under arrest. Talk about the batteries. They have to replace the battery after every run, basically. I'll make sure they have a full charge, so those are all the batteries right there. So there you have it, packed in here. Some tweaks, a lot of video adjustments they're making right now, which wasn't something that I would have thought of, but just trying to get it perfect for when the actual racing does begin, which it will here shortly.
After early afternoon qualifying races to determine seeding and who will face off, the field of 16 finally set. Here's how the pilots stack up. Colby, also known as SFPV, taking on Dolma FPV. Elliott, with the racing name Elliott Skis, in the very next heat, matched up against Kebab FPV.
Single elimination tournament in the Sweet 16 qualifying stage. A win here gets them to the Elite 8.
Good luck, pilots. Watch the lights. Off like a shot. Looks like Colby gonna lead the way early on. Doma charging hard behind him. It's a pass on the main straight. Colby holds on for the win. Doma with the bobble. Colby with the salvage. Put your hands together for SFPV.
You're on to the round of 8, but I could see you wiping the sweat from your brow at the end of that last race.
I'm gonna call that a lucky win. He should have beat me. I was all over the place. I had a nice start, nice first turn. I actually passed him on the turn, bobbed right, and then I was getting close to the wall, so I kicked left, and I was, the nerves are kicking in, and I finally just eased up and slowed down all the way, and then got back in it. And I think I might have thrown him off because he's like, "What the heck's going on? This guy's like all over the place."
You were upside down at one point, or you?
I was vertical, like sideways.
And what happens when you go a little past vertical?
Go into the ground. Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
No.
And you didn't, and you're moving on.
Yeah.
All right.
That was intense. For sure.
Congrats and good luck. We got Bob versus Elliott, and they're off. Elliott off quickly. Bob's having some issues already. If Elliott only knew, he can take it a little slower now. He has a huge lead. Oh no. Elliott has hit the net, and so now Bob, all he has to do is finish, and he will not. Both crashing. It's a judge's call.
Because to me, this is a tie, because the obstacle they got cleared, and the fact that you both crashed right after it, and it came down to who ricocheted better. That's the way I'm looking at this right now. Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do to decide this?
Go for it, man. You are definitely in a better position to win than I am. It's fine.
Both ended up crashing the same spot, but he moves on because of why?
Because he's a better pilot than me. I'm primarily a freestyle pilot. I can race if I have a little bit more practice.
And you were given the choice, and you said, go for it.
No, it's fine. He's got a much better chance of winning than I do. I'm not going to hold him back.
I had a good start and, was explosive off the line and, kept it up, but the nerves just got to me on that turn, and I drifted a little too far back. It really came down to, just talking it out, and
that's got to be that's the hardest thing for any competitor. They basically said you both finished in the same spot. It's a tie. How do you guys want to decide it? And obviously, you guys both want to move on.
I would like to give a big thank you to Bob Ruge for giving me the opportunity. We both recognize each other's talents, and that's part of the drone community, and that's why we love it so much.
The bracket of 16 now cut in half, with both Elliott and Colby advancing to the next round. Here's a look at how the 8 pilots moving on match up.
Colby will be going against Zoe. A lot of media attention around Zoe here at this event today. Zoe is one of the more well-known drone racing stars. They get set. The winner goes on to the semifinal. The loser's day is done.
Colby versus Zoe. Pressure's on. These are some of the Bay Area's fastest pilots and most experienced pilots as well. Good luck, pilots. Watch the lights. coming up to the 180. They both kiss the ground and the back barrier.
They're both stuck.
Both of the copters are down.
I have a false start. I have DVR of it. Yeah.
We do believe Zoe may have taken off early, which would be an instant disqualification.
Colby, can you finish? All right, that's going to do it. We need copter recovery in the back of the alley.
Nice,
put your hands together for Colby Kurtola.
What an honor. That's fun.
Woo! Wow. An upset as Colby is moving on now to the semifinal stage.
Colby has punched his ticket to the Final Four of the California Drone Speed Challenge. Will Elliott join him? Find out who walks away with the title of California's fastest drone pilot when we come back.
Our final heat of the elimination round. Elliott skis and sticks.
Elliott gearing up, checking the props, facing off against John. John versus Elliott.
The excitement is palpable.
Winner goes to the semifinal.
The tension going in waves across the crowd.
Final race of our second round of eliminations. Good luck, pilots. Watch the lights.
And they're off. Elliott with a slow start.
Blue lights wants it bad as he closes the gap. They make contact in the top side. Across the line for Sticks.
Sticks has come back to win. All right, so Elliott, wasn't meant to be. Break it down for me.
It just didn't come together that one. So I started out great. It's all clouded up here.
Skis with a bit of a bobble at the vertical 180, paid the price.
It was really fun. I had a great time, and you know, there's some things I can work on as well. But just being here with a great group of people is amazing.
Well, good luck. You're 15, right? You got a lot of years left. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
So Elliott does not join Colby in the semifinals of the California Drone Speed Challenge. Here are your final four races. Sticks, who beat Elliott, takes on Mewow in the first semifinal, and Colby will go up against Ashton Gamble, aka Drobot Racer, in the other semi.
Colby coming up. If he wins, he moves on to the final. He is going against the 11-year-old, the youngest competitor in the contest. Win and he goes to the finals.
Good luck, pilots. Next pilot moves on to the finals. Pilots, watch the lights. Off and away, Colby leads away, Drobot right with him. Drobot moves to the inside. Drag race down the front straight. Contact! They make contact side by side.
And we have a crash into the vertical hairpin. Once again, they both went down. So now what?
I saw my quad just spin, and that was it.
Now we go see where they are.
It's just in. The decision is up. Colby cleared the obstacle. Drobot did not make it to the gate. Colby, SFPV, is going to take that one.
And Colby, ladies and gentlemen, is going to the finals.
From 16 down to 2, it's been an exhilarating competition filled with twists and turns, and now the California Drone Speed Challenge has its championship matchup. Colby taking on Mewow.
Mewow and SFPV, get your copters ready. Mewow and SFPV, you are up next.
This one is for all the cookies.
Thousands of dollars on the line, $10,000 in prizes and more going away to our pool of pilots. Winner taking home the biggest check of all.
Your thought?
He's probably going to beat me, but I'm going to give him a run for his money. I just put a bigger battery on, so we'll see if I got one last trick up my sleeve.
Bigger battery than you've gone with all day so far?
Probably a bad idea to change it up at the finals, but you know, I'm going for the Hail Mary.
Have you ever raced before, one-on-one?
Every week. He always beats me. So this is my chance for redemption right now.
This is the finals, ladies and gentlemen. For all the marbles, the Aerial Sports League California Drone Speed Challenge, brought to you by Xfinity. All comes down to this: $10,000 in prize money. Colby and Corey, SFVP, versus Miwo. Miwo is the favorite coming into this whole thing. He has made it to the final as many people expected. Colby is here as the underdog. Ladies and gentlemen, for all the marbles, 10 seconds from now, we will have a winner and they're off.
Clean start. SFPV leads the way. Miwo on the back door. Miwo gets it a little wrong. SFPV's got the lead at the vertical hairpin. SFPV still has it. Miwo charging hard, can't make it happen. SFPV holds on for the win.
He's done it, ladies and gentlemen. Colby has done it. He is your California Drone Speed Challenge champion. Ladies and gentlemen, in the upset of the century, Colby has beaten Corey, the odds-on favorite. What an amazing race. They were side by side, then switched positions. Colby passed him down the main straightaway. The vertical hairpin navigated to perfection, and Colby is your champion, ladies and gentlemen. Colby is now being informed that he has to hustle up to the trophy presentation. He is the man of the hour. This is the champion walk right here. Colby getting the congratulations from his friends, his fellow competitors, as he has won. Break it down for me, that final race.
I was still kind of trying to calm down from the semifinal because I went back to back, and I don't know, I had to go for it because I know Corey's the fastest pilot that I know, hands down. Everyone should follow him. His Miwo FPV is insane. Always beats me every single time. That's the first time I beat him, I think, in like a year.
Colby said he has not beaten you in a year. Is that true?
It may be true. At a big race, I think that's true.
Well, that felt good to finally get one on him, especially at a big event like this. I just went full throttle, and you know, if I crash, I crash, but I had a perfect run.
Now, after this, now I have to train harder to beat him next. And that's what's great about the Bay Area, is that we have a bunch of pilots, super competitive. We push each other, we like make each other go faster because no one wants to lose, obviously.
But where does this rank in beating your friend in the final here in the Palace of Fine Arts? Where does this rank in your career?
This is the best. Yeah, racing with these guys, these California guys. California has the best pilots in the world, and it's just an honor to race with these guys. The SoCal guys, NorCal. I think next time we need to do a little NorCal versus SoCal race, do a team event or something like that to really decide where the fastest pilots are.
I'm going to fly faster, I'm going to fly harder. And yeah, that's what makes the sport fun.
I think when we talked to him before the whole race began, we asked him, who would you say is your #1 rival? And I think he did say you. I think he said you're his #1 rival at that time.
I think he likes to get in my head. He'll do that.
I think he said that too.
Yes, he told me that directly, that he was going to get in my head. So, and he did.
So here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. First, second, and third place from the California Drone Speed Challenge.
From the start line here at the race today, what did we see? We saw some crashes for sure. We also saw speeds of upwards of 100 miles an hour. And in the California Drone Speed Challenge, the best drone racer resides right here in the Bay Area. Congratulations to Colby Curtola. You are the champion today. However, I kind of like this sport. I'm gonna go grab a drone, see if I can catch you next time. From the Palace of Fine Arts, I'm Ahmed Fareed. We'll see you next time. Where are the drones?